Hi, this is Chip Bobbert, and we're going to talk about how to get the STL file we just exported from SketchUp or another 3D program into our 3D printing software so we can actually manufacture it. One of the things that we're going to want to do before we spend several dollars in material and more importantly hours and hours and hours out of our time printing this thing is to check it first for quality control. A good way to do that is just to open it up in Pleasant 3D, and we talked about this in the last one. We're going to kind of skim through our component here, make sure we're not missing anything. A lot of times though it can be difficult to tell if there is an issue with it. So a good way to do that as an alternative is to open up NetFab, and NetFab is a great service, and they've got this set of algorithms and software that will determine whether or not your 3D model has any problems with it that could prevent it from printing. A common problem is what they call holes. So a 3D model has to be manifold, or that's just a fancy way of saying that it has to be completely solid, it has to be watertight. There can't be any missing geometry in it, or else the printer's not going to know what to do with it and it won't be able to print it. So NetFab's great, and it is a partner of Microsoft, so we can go ahead and upload our files here, and we'll pick the Lego block that we did in the last lesson, and we'll let it go ahead and cook here for a minute. So it repairs it fairly quickly, and then we have the opportunity to download it. And here you can see that that file is saved to my desktop. Everything looks good with it. But everything kind of looked good in the last one when I showed it to you, the initial file to you in Pleasant 3D. Let's take another look at that file. So, oops, there we have a problem. You can notice that there's a hole in the design right here. Something happened when we were building it. We bumped some of the geometry apparently, and we're missing a piece of it. It's really difficult to see all of the geometry though, and it's really easy to miss. We see it in the wireframe here. You can actually see that there is some of the triangle structure there is actually missing. But you can see in this, the exported fixed model, that NetFab figured that out and it fixed it up. So this is a much better model for us to try to print because it's been verified, quality control's been done, and it's ready to go. We strongly recommend that everybody take the few extra minutes to run their STL file through NetFab for verification before attempting to print it. It's going to save you a lot of time and a lot of heartache in the long run. Let's move on to our next step and talk about how to get this STL file into the 3D printing software from manufacturer.